Hey everyone, today in this video I'm going to talk about 365 Stealer, which I have recently wrote, which is used for initial as well as post exploitation for doing illicit consent grant attack. So first we'll see what is illicit consent grant attack. So according to the documentations of the Microsoft, it says in an illicit consent grant attack, the attacker creates Azure registered applications that request access to data such as contact informations, email, or documents. The attacker then tricks an end user into granting that application consent to access their data either through a phishing attack or by injecting illicit code into a trusted websites. After the illicit application has been granted consent, it has account level access to data without the need for an organizational account. So in simple words, when you see that beautiful blue button of accept from the Microsoft, and when you click that, Microsoft sends access a token which is called as access token, which have all those permissions for that you have accepted, and that access token is actually being passed through your third party application on which you have clicked that accept button. So basically, if that third party application is belongs to of attacker, and he is asking some overly high privilege permissions, for example writing all files and emails, sending emails. So basically the attacker have that access token and he can perform all those stuff that you can actually perform it. So for that, we are going to see how you can use 365 Stealer to host a phishing page, and how you can actually steal those tokens, and you can refresh, and you can keep how you can keep stealing the data for minimum 90 days or maximum until user don't change their password. So first, when you're going to clone the application, it is something you will look like this. You're going to have these files, which will be a server.crt, server.key for your HTTPS. So first, basically, you have to run a CMD and make sure you have Python 3 installed in your system and XAMPP server or a PHP CLI. So first, we are going to install the requirements. We'll use pip install -r requirements. Enter. I've already installed all those modules, so I'll just cut it out here. Now we'll run Python 365 Stealer -set config, and you can see we have options to create to give client ID as well. So for that, you have to register an application. So first we'll see how to register an application on Azure. So for that, you need a developer account on Azure portal. Then we'll go navigate to Azure Active Directory. We'll click on app registrations. Then we'll click on create new registration. Then we can give a name like security, and click on accounts in any organizational directory, which is multi-tenant, so that your application accepts users from another tenant as well. Then for the endpoint, you can provide just for now, for testing purpose, you can provide HTTPS localhost /login/authorize. Make sure the endpoint that you provide is login/authorize, and we'll click register. Once it's registered, we can provide the details which it wants. Copy the client ID from here, which will be gone here. Then we'll go to client secret. Navigate to certificates and secrets. Click on add new client secret. Click add. Copy the secret value from here. I hope it's visible. No, it's not. Okay. Copy the client secret. Paste it over here. Redirect URL, which you can again find from the overview tab, and redirect URIs. Copy it. Paste it. Then redirect URL after stealing. So this endpoint will be the one when the user has already phished, and 365 Stealer is processing its stealing process, while you can redirect the user to another domain, or you can redirect him to its home page. So by default, if you don't provide anything, it will redirect it to the 365 Stealer's phishing page home page. And or else you can provide like https google.com, but for now we'll go for the home page. For home page you can just give a slash, then macros file path. So this path will be the txt file or any file in which your macros is being stored, which will be injected into the victim's OneDrive, OneDrive's .docx file, where it will convert docx to doc and inject those macros in it. So whenever the victim downloads that file into its system, and clicks on enable editing, the macros will run, and you can do all those stuffs that you want to do. For example, reverse shell. So for now, I'll give a path which I have, which is ctest macro.txt. Then OneDrive extensions. For now, okay, if you want some specific extensions, you can extensions you can provide py/txt/exe/ and whatever you want. Or else, if you want to provide all, if you want all the files, you can just provide a wildcard. Then the delay, by default, if you don't want to give any delay for the request that 365 is going to make, you can just click enter, or you can just provide like 1 second. So every time and whenever the 365 stealer is want to create call any API, wants to call API request, it will delay up to 1 second before that. It's because if a large amount of API request goes to the Microsoft, it might block you or even trigger the admin that someone is trying to access a lot of stuffs from your tenant as well. So one way to set up this application is from set up the configuration is from the CLI, which I have right now shown you. And if you want to see your config, you can just see, like, you can use -get-config. Done. Now if you want to do configurations using your XAMPP, using a UI, okay, mine is already started. I'll start again. We'll go to localhost. And make sure that whenever you host your host this 365 stealer for your internal management, your web root should be your victims, so that no one can grab these data. Okay, so this is the UI of the 365 stealer, and if you want to configure from here, you can just click on 365 stealer configuration. So all the configuration that you perform here will be accurately same that you see here. So for suppose if I remove this for now and click on save, and now if I go and see get config, it will be blank. So I can again just click here, I can paste it back now and get config, it's same. Now once you have done this, you can run the 365 stealer before actually doing this, you have to add some API permissions. These will be those permissions which you want from your victim when you send the phishing link. So for that, you have to go to API permissions and click on add a permission. Then click on Microsoft Graph, delegated permissions, and now I want to read mails from the victim, so I'll write mail dot read write. If you want to read, then just click on read. If you want to write, you can use mail dot read write as well. Okay, sorry, for multiple you can click multiple times as well. So first I want to read all the mails and write even. Now I also want to send an email from the victim user, so I'll use mail dot send, which will be this. Now I also want to create Outlook rules, so I can give mailbox settings, which will be mailbox read write. Then now I want to read the files which victim have, so I can use files dot read write all. Now these are now I want to also read the notes from the OneNote, so I'll use note dot read all. Now last will be that you want all the list of users that your victim's tenant has. So for that will use user dot read basic all user dot read basic all and click add permissions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 permissions. Now you can click on run 365 stealer, and as you can see, the stealing process is delayed with 1 second. Phishing link, you can get your phishing link from here as well, or you can go to its home page, which will be https localhost, this page, and you can like click anywhere you want. For example, take the exam, and it will redirect you back. You direct you the phishing link. Yeah, it is. So it asks you to accept all these permissions. Now, before I click on this, let me show you all the different ways of hosting your application. So to close this, to close your phishing page, you can just click on shutdown 365 stealer, and it will close down. Now, to run your app from CLI, you can use -- run app. So this will run on port 443. Here it is. Now let me cut it out. Now if you don't want to use HTTPS and you want to use HTTP, so you can give -- no SSL. So it will run on, okay, yes, as you can see, the port 80 is busy because Apache is using it. Let me stop this. Yeah, it is. It's up and running. Start this back. Now if your port 80 is busy and you want to run this on another port, you can give -- port something like a 4444, and it's running. So for example, if I go to HTTPS, no, not HTTP, I think it's HTTPS, HTTP localhost 1234. So you can see your phishing page at this. Now also make sure that whenever you are using it on your production, you mention two files, which is server.cert, server.key. So by default, these files will be there for your testing purpose, but if you want to use them on your production, make sure that you replace these files. Now let me show you what happens when you phish a user. So we'll again click run 365 stealer. We'll just copy this link from here, or you can go to the home page, and this link and the link that we saw on the terminal are both exactly same. And I click on accept, and let me show you how does it looks like on the terminal when things are getting stolen. So the username, you can see all users in tenant saved. The victim, this victim 1111 dot on Microsoft.com have Office 365 license. Now the first step will be stealing the Outlook, the mails, then also the attachment as well. So it usually takes up to 10 seconds because the response is like almost 8 to 9 MB. No, not even that. It's more than that actually. So it is going to take a bit time. Yeah, it is. So now attachments are retrieving. So we have 3 attachments. Now OneDrive files are getting retrieved. Oh, credentials.txt. Readme receipt reports.doc. Okay. How many files? Now next step will be OneNote. So you can see all the files that you have, that the victim has been stolen. And now if you go to the management part, and refresh it, you can see the user at this place, and you can click it here, and you have all the options that you can do, which are sending a mail from a victim to some another user. You can upload files to OneDrive of the victim, obviously, and you can create a Outlook rules. For now, this is just a dummy Outlook rules for your testing purpose, and you can just for your knowledge, and you can also provide more keywords like passwords, then additional, like whatever you want, anything. Now I'll show you if suppose your access token has been expired and you want a new access token for your testing purpose while doing something else. So you can just click on get new access token, and it will create a new token. For example, if I delete this token, there's nothing. Now if I click on get new token, it creates a new one. Now let me just shut this down. For shutting this down, you can click on shut down 365 stealer. Now let me show you all the ways of what you can perform from CLI as well as from UI. So first I will show you what you can do from CLI. I mean how you can do from CLI and not what. So you have three options to do, three ways to actually do. One, you can provide a raw token. Second, you can provide a token which contains your access token. And third, you can provide refresh tokens with additional two flags, which will be client ID and client secret. So first I'll show you how you can use token. So for that you have to provide hyphen token, and you can click on view, copy this, and you can paste it here. So now the same thing is going to be work. Like it will first go for mails, attachments, OneDrive files, then OneNote. Now obviously it's going to take time, so I'll just shut this down. Now this was the one way of like giving the access token. Now you suppose now if you want to provide a file which contains this token, so you can just provide hyphen token path, then your victims and the victim's name, access token, enter. So it's going to work same. Let me cancel it out. Okay, come on, cancel. Yeah. Now the third way is by using the refresh tokens. Suppose the refresh token that you have stolen is not from 365 stealer, but something from somewhere from else, or you want to test it for your own purpose. You can just provide first refresh token, then provide refresh token. Copy the refresh token from here, then provide hyphen client CLI client ID. You can copy the client ID from app.config.txt, which will be this client ID, then hyphen client secret, SECRET. Then again, you can copy the secret from here and paste it, enter. So it's going to work same. And yes, there is not three ways, there are actually four ways. This was three, and the last way is by giving hyphen refresh user, and you can directly provide a username, which will be this. So this user's data, is currently being saved in its database.db. So refresh tokens, client ID, and client secret are getting pulled from the database, and it's doing its job. So let me show you the database. How does it looks like? So if you go to browse data and you select all users, you will see all the users that the victim tenant has. You can see the attachments, config, which is this configurations that you have done. Then tokens. The token part is you can see is refresh token, client ID, and client secret. Then OneDrive, all the files. Then Outlook, which is actually too big. Okay. Now let me show you from UI. You can list out users from here as well. So you can see all the users in my tenant, and you can also export the users list by clicking on export users list. So the files will be saved in a CSV, and you can open it in Excel. And here is the emails and its object ID as well. Now let me show you how you can view all the emails. Now let me tell you, the mails are actually pretty big, so it's going to take a while to load up all the mails. So it's like, if you can see at this part, it's pretty big. So this is actually useless, because there are many unwanted emails from Microsoft. So for that, you can filter out all the mails as per your requirement. For example, you can click on has attachments, click it, and only the mails which has attachment will be shown up. Okay, yeah, it is. So 3 files is being showing up. So, and if you want to download those files, you can just click on the file, just click it, and just click it. Now if you want any mails which contains any particular keyword in its body, you can search in body, which will be like password, and search. So mails containing those password keyword will only be shown up. For example, I show you password, password, password. So it doesn't matter where it is, it will show you. And the same way you can do it for subject contains and sender email. So sender email will be this. So from which user does the mail has been retrieved. So if I provide this much portion also, it will go on and search for that user. Yeah, it is same. Now suppose if you want to send an email, you can just directly provide a username, subject, body, and it's up to you if you want to attach any what do you say, attachments. So example this, and send mail, and mail has been sent. Now if you want to upload a file, you can directly click on this upload, and it will take few seconds to upload it. File uploaded. Now if you want to create rules, you can just directly click on create rules. Okay, and rules have been created. And let me show you how does it looks like when the rules and these are been created. Go to office.com, sign in, and let's me just first go to Outlook. The mail which I have recently sent, which is this, which is a user 22, which you can see right now. Then the Outlook rules which I have created from the management, which can be seen from settings, rules. Yeah, it is. So suppose if I delete this and click on create rules again and refresh this page, the rules is back. And the last thing which was file upload in the OneDrive. So I uploaded a random name which was this. So this file has been uploaded. Now suppose this file is been uploaded by the user itself, and it's a very confidential, and after 10 days you want to know what additional files does the user have. So you can just go to here and click on steal again. Before clicking on this page, let me show you that this file is not at this point here. So you can click on steal again, or else you can run a command which will be your custom steal. So in that you can define that you only want to steal OneDrive data. So the 365 stealer will not go and steal all the data, but only the one which you actually want. So let me just show you that as well. Okay, let this thing get finished out. We must see that file which I have recently uploaded. Yeah, it is, which I have recently uploaded, which is not at this part. Now if I refresh it, here is the file. Now let me upload one more file to show you. Let me go to here and upload what do you say, illicit consent 3, and upload file. So this file is completely fresh. Now if you want to do a custom stealing, you can provide you have to provide a username as well. Microsoft the hyphen refresh user, or the token path, or the refresh tokens with those 3 parameters. And at last you have to provide hyphen custom custom steal, and provide one drive drive. So it will only go for OneDrive. As you can see, the switch to custom stealing OneDrive. So you can see it's only stealing OneDrive, and the file which I have recently uploaded is here. Let me shut it down. And now if I go to here, I can see that file. Here it is. And let me show you the help option first of 365 Stealer CLI. So here it is. You can set config, get config, you can provide authorization code, token, client ID, client secret, refresh tokens, then token path. You can refresh all the users as well. So let me just show you how you can refresh. You have two options. First, you can create you can click on refresh all users data. So suppose you have 5 to 10 users victims, and you want to refresh all of that users data back after 10 to 20 days, whatever. So you can just click on refresh all users data, and it will steal all the users and data again. So currently I only have the one, so it is stealing one only. And for here you have to provide just refresh all. That's it, nothing more than it. That's it. Let me cut it down. It will take a time. Okay, next I will show you how you can actually send send files, send emails, upload files, and create Outlook rules using CLI as well. I think it got stuck. Let me just run it again. Okay, we'll go this Python 365 Stealer refresh user. So currently I'm using refresh user because I don't want to provide a whole token path and all that stuff. And I can just provide the name. Now if I want to upload a file, I can just provide -- upload and the file name, for example 365.pdf. So the file will be get uploaded. Okay, file not found. Strange, file not found, and still it's showing. Okay, I'll try to upload something else, which will be, suppose, okay, Outlook rules.json, and file is uploaded. Now if I want to send an mail, I can just provide a send mail and provide a JSON path, which is this the JSON file, which contains the JSON format of sending a mail. Let me just show you how does it looks like, which is this. So it's just a dummy where the subject is meeting, address is dummy and this, and we booked the room, blah blah blah. Now as you can see, the mail sent from user this to this. Now if you want to create rules, you can give -- create rules, and you can provide a file outlook rules JSON, which looks like this, and the rules have been created. Now let me show you how you can actually customize this phishing page, which is this, no, not this, https. It's not running, I think. Let me run this back. Running. Now how you can actually create your own this kind of phishing page. So whenever you have an HTML file which you have already created, for example this file, open with right. So suppose this is the file, suppose this is the HTML file which you have created. So wherever you want to inject the click button where the user will be redirected to the phishing URL, you just have to provide this following tag, which is login URL, the way I have used in href. So you can see all the href I have provided this. So you just have to replace your link to this thing, like login URL, and it will redirect it to the endpoint. And suppose if you don't have a server.crt file, or it gives any error, so don't worry, it will going to work, but it will give an error while you access it from the portal. Now let me show you how you can delete the data from the database. If suppose you have 10 to 20 data users, and you're not interested in one of the user, so you can just click on delete here and delete it. These files is not going to just delete from this folder as well, but also from the database as well. So suppose if now I try to use this command, so it will give me an error that user not found. So now let me just get that user back, read more. Since I've accepted the permissions, it's likely going to be redirected, and you can see it's up, it's running and stealing all the data. Now if I try back to create rules, it will be created. Now let me delete the user data from the CLI. You can provide hyphen delete user data and provide the name of the user, which is this, and user deleted. Now if I try again, it won't work. Let me fish the user again. And now if you want to delete all the data, and you can just provide hyphen delete all data, so everything will be wiped off, but still the data will be stored in your local like if the user have, let me show you, let's refresh it. Yeah, so the data will be available here still. So for that you have to delete it from here as well. Now let me show you one more thing. For example, if you're not interested in retrieving the access logs, you can use an additional flag, which is disable logs. Okay, disable, I think the spelling is wrong. Hyphen disable log, disable logs or disable logs. Let me check the spelling. I know the spelling. It's a spelling mistake. It's disable logs. No. Okay, sorry. The the first one was wrong. Run app. It's not app run. It's run app. So now whenever you access your home page, it will not be displayed. Access logs are not going to be displayed here. So only the messages which is retrieving from the console, like this file has been like this, that only will be displayed here. And one more thing, let me show you the one more feature, which is like if you are interested in only stealing the access tokens, or like only selling tokens, so you can provide hyphen no stealing. So only the tokens will be stolen from the user. Let me show you. I click on login more, and there's not going to be much going on here. That's it. So the tokens has been stolen from the user, but nothing more than that. So this is also, so like if you want to steal tokens and you want to steal data after sometimes like midnight or sometimes else when the user is not active, so you can perform that as well. Further, this tool is also being actually used in attacking and defending Azure AD Cloud, which is this one, which is being run in Pentester Academy. So the students who have taken this course might be knowing already that, because they have already used this tool before the release of this tool. Okay, so that's it for this video. I think I have covered all the stuff that is needed to understand how you can use 365 Stealer and how you can customize each and everything as well, even the delay part. So example, if you want to steal data and you want to give a delay in the request, then you can provide hyphen delay, and you can like give 20 seconds. So every time 365 Stealer wants to steal any file, it will create a delay of 20 seconds in each and every request. So that's it for this video. Thank you everyone. If you have any suggestions, any like how, like, to improve my tool, please let me know on my Twitter account. Thank you.